everybody, welcome to my channel. So this is the annual review for the year 2021, a bit late, but I had so many games played in December due to the French Team Championship, plus the Smith F Invitational, plus a couple of analysis, review of new points, updates, new book, and so on. So I had plenty of stuff to do in December, and until the time that I do all my battle report, all the stuff, analysis, then I now in January finally have the time to review last year, what happened, how was my performance, and so on. So first of all, you know I like to do this type of analysis. I have a tracking Excel file with Excel sheet to follow that and compare my numbers to previous year. I think this is highly interesting to see how I evolve and how I perform overall. So if you check between 2017 and now, basically, I have been attending more and more international event and less local event. Local for Swiss player, it's French-speaking Swiss player. It was for me mostly French event, little bit of Swiss event. We didn't have a lot of event each year at our disposal, and a couple of German event as well. I play one time in Milano as well, but yeah, 2 times in Germany as well, 2 small events in the past. Didn't have the occasion because now I'm living a bit far away from Germany, but yeah, I really increased the number of international events because I wanted to also face maybe higher competition without disrespect to people playing the local meta. I think it's always going to be more challenging when you face on international level, especially bigger events, you have just higher competition. So if I take that into account, quite happy about my performance this year. So obviously due to marriage and then kids, I have less and less time to attend to tournaments, so this reduced a little bit to 7, which is I think will be my target number for 7 or 8 should be my target number for the upcoming years. Then number of competitive game played, I played 33 games, which is quite a lot. I was able to increase it again, which was nice, and overall 25 win, which is quite nice. So what happened this year? I attended to 4 online event and 3 real life event. So online, I had first of all 2 small events, one day sort of, so 3 games. First one was a local one, French event, where I had 2 win and a loss, and then I was just out of it. There is no ranking because it's like a knockout stage. Then I played the famous CR9 organized by Casas. And finally I was able to win one, which was nice, with 3 wins with my ID and claim a first place. Then I played WTC, which was an amazing adventure for me this year because it was very, very long. It was funny because it happened not a long time after my second daughter was born, and I said to my wife, yeah, there is a cool online event, I want to participate. Shouldn't be too long, there is like 3 games in the group stage, and then yeah, there is knockout, but shouldn't go too long. That's how I sold it to my wife. She told me, yeah, sure. And then I ended up playing 8 games, which was just without it was just crazy how long it lasted, because I didn't want to do the team event with my Swiss mate because I consider the fact that it just takes too much time, preparation, watching others game and so on. Then I went for the solo, but I almost spent as much time as them because I followed a little bit their game and I played 1 game more than them. So it was a crazy run. A lot of very tight games, as you can see. So 12, 11, 11, 12, 11, 9. So very, very tight games. Won most of them. And then at the end, I ended up 3rd, which was, I was really happy about it because a lot of tense game. I had huge pleasure to play my list with Great Bull, BSB Cowboy. It was really cool list, fun list to play. Fighty list. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. This was really a good run, but took me a lot of time. Then we had ETC, which was for me a comeback after a couple of years where I wasn't selected in the team. And yeah, as you were able to follow on my channel, I was quite happy about how ETC went for me. I achieved a couple of good results and overall a very solid performance with good total. So yeah, this was definitely much better than the previous 2 ETC I attended before. So this was a good occasion for me to confirm a little bit what I've been feeling which was a good improvement since I've been starting to work with my coach approximately 1 year before this ETC. So this worked well, and yeah, it was very encouraging for me, very motivating as well, because yeah, we achieved a silver medal, which is not something you achieve every day. So that was very, very nice, very motivating, despite the fact that it was a smaller ETC, obviously, but still some strong teams, and yeah, just gave me more hunger to play again at ETC level and try to do even better. Then I had a couple of other events. So we had a small one-day event where I didn't do so well. As you remember, I've failed this huge 9 rollerball at the end of a game where I was in control and lost heavily the last game where I could have done podium. So yeah, nothing to worry about too much, but still always disappointing. Then I had just finished this MISAF Invitational where I ended up first with 4 wins and a draw, and at the end we had the Interregio in December where I played with 4 wins totally and 1 loss. So I ended up with 25 wins, 2 draw and 6 losses, which is definitely one of maybe my best year, I think, overall. If I compare with all the other year, that's definitely much better because I've been playing more internationally. I've been achieving very good results, podiums at I think the 2 biggest events of last year, which is definitely good and something I can be happy about. But I think that's the way I work, and also I think a key factor if you want to improve that keeps driving me forward is the fact that I'm never resting too much and saying, oh yeah, I'm happy, I've done a good year, so now I can rest and see what happened. That just gave me more hunger to train more, to work more, and try to be better and be better as a player. And I think that's the key target. It's me, myself, to get the player I can possibly be. I don't know if I'm close to what I can achieve. Definitely I see some room of improvement because I didn't train so much when I was outside of tournaments, and I think that's definitely an area where I could train a bit more to be more prepared, better prepared, and also improve my game overall, definitely. So for YouTube, I always like also to do that, just to check at the end of the year how many videos did I produce, how many battle report, what was new. So this year on the English channel we had a bit more than 400 followers, so it's still growing year after year, which is nice. I published totally 57 video, within them 40 battle reports. So the rest is basically a couple of shorts. Started to do some shorts, some inside video of tournaments. I've liked to watch those shorts from other channels, so I thought I might as well try myself to produce a couple of shorts. Definitely at the moment I've been making more of them on my main channel because I have more followers there, and it's just for me make more sense at the moment. But definitely if the channel continues to grow, I will be try to do more and more of them. But yeah, overall that's a couple of hours of recording to make all these battle reports. So yeah, 40 battle reports. Which is like, if you compare to the table before, it's 33 competitive game plus 7 training games, basically practice games. On MathCD, basically what explains the difference, my French channel, I've been publishing a bit more of other stuff, mainly shorts. As you know, my key target is to publish on both channels all the battle reports, so basically to do them in both languages. At the moment I have still enough time to do that, and I like to do it because it's interesting for me to do it, also to train my English and to keep it alive. So I think it's really cool to do that, and yeah, I love to interact with both communities. So definitely I will continue to do that next year. This year it's definitely something I like. But yeah, the other video I've trying to split them, and definitely, like I said, I've been doing a bit more on this channel because yeah, it's my mother language. So first of all, it's easier when I do like live video and stuff to do that, and also I've been having more followers, just make more sense for me. And then yeah, I've been producing this was like an old dream for me to produce my own t-shirts, because yeah, I was like that, I always had a lot of ideas to produce stuff, and I've been producing my first couple of shirts with try to also take it as a way to I don't know, show some of the value that I have. So here you see my first shirt. I don't know if I will produce them more broadly and maybe sell them at tournament. I have no idea, but this was just something I wanted to do, and I've just been very, very happy to be able to wear them at the last tournament I've been attending. So yeah, this was something new, something I had in mind for since a couple of years. So I was happy to finally like make it real. 2022. So I have a couple of tournaments that I plan to attend. We have end of the month Bellum Lacum 5, which is the tournament that my club is organizing. It's just south of Geneva, just in France, but very close to Switzerland. So definitely the possibility for Italian, French, Swiss team, even international team to attend, because there is the Geneva airport very close to the event. This event is a team of 5, and this year, when I'm talking, it looks like we are going to have French, Italian, and Swiss team. Some of the best of the Swiss and French team participating. So this will be interesting, definitely. Then a bit later on my schedule, 2 key events, WTC, ETC. I don't know yet what's the composition of the ETC Switzerland team. Hoping to be part of the 8, but we'll see. But yeah, I think the idea overall is to bring the same team to both events. So I hope I will be in the main team, and if not, then I will attend as with the second Swiss team, and then maybe Mercenary or ESC. I don't know. I will find something to do in the summer, definitely. Interregio French Team Championship, no idea when this will take place, but just because it's a hobby fest, the fact that there are so beautiful armies, such a big part of the French 9th Age community, it's just an event that I will try to attend each year if I manage to. Sometimes it's very far away from where I live, because it's always in France, and it can be very, very far from where I live, but as long as it's possible to reach with a car, I will try to attend. Then definitely a couple of one-day tournaments in Switzerland. We have a shop organizing some event with 14 to 24 people more or less on one day. So these are not far away from where I live. Can go there by train. So very, very cool to train and face some of the people in Switzerland here. And then that's the key. I've tried to think about it. Now that I've done this training, what I can do more or differently to try to continue to improve. And there are definitely a couple of areas where I think I can improve. The first one, I've done an analysis on all the armies. What's my knowledge of the armies? And I've checked and I've noticed that some of the armies, for example, New Vermin Swarm, never been playing against, stuff like that, where I need to improve. I need to train more. Then I've been asking myself, how can I... So I've done such like a heat map where I've shown my level of knowledge for each army, and just to check where I'm still a bit lacking of knowledge and where I should focus my training. So definitely that could be something. And then I've been thinking, what's the best way to achieve that? And I think rather than taking part to online event where you don't choose who you're facing, it takes quite a lot of time, preparation. It's not the easiest way to play for me with kids at home. So definitely I will try this year, instead of tournament, to do a bit more of trainings. So I've been negotiating with my wife to see how many trainings I can schedule. But more or less, I think 2 per month online trainings will be possible. Meaning that would be a huge difference, because if you check this year, I've been only doing 7 battle reports on training, so maybe 10 training max, maybe a couple of them I didn't do bat reps, don't know, but maybe 10 trainings days. So if I can manage to do 2 per month, that would be 2 times to 3 times as many training as I did last year, which could be really huge. And by doing trainings, I can pick the matchup I want, pick the player, pick the list, and basically try to really focus my training where I need the most to do it. And I think that could be a good way to continue to improve this year. So definitely that's the plan. And then not really to do any online events as long as we still have live events. If this change and we move again into kind of lockdown phase due to COVID, then maybe I would consider it again. But my idea is rather to use online tools such as Wall or UB to train, basically. And also by doing trainings, I can focus to try to find people in Warhol rather than UB, which is for me just more enjoyable, make some, just more enjoyable. That's it. So that's the plan for 2022. I don't know exactly more details at the moment, but as I do usually, I will let you know once I know more. I think that's it, guys, for this year. So quite happy about this year because definitely I've been working hard to improve, and definitely it has paid for me. I've been playing better, achieving better result. There are still definitely room for improvement. If you check my bat reps, you can see at the end in the post-game analysis, I always have a couple of points where I say I've been doing this mistake. But I think for me, the huge step that I've been doing, and I think that's also a tip for the people that really want to improve, I think the main focus should be on the macro level. Try to have solid game plans, deploy well, play for the objective, all this stuff. It's just the base. Then if you've done that well in most of your games, basically you should end it up doing fine. Then you can do some micro mistakes like I do in most of my games, but you still have a fine margin if you do better than the opponent on the macro level. So I think definitely that has to be the focus, and that's where I've been improving a lot. And so I'm really curious to see what I will be able to achieve this year. Definitely I will be targeting to play better, reduce the mistake. That's always the same targets. So I'm never satisfied with my level, and I think that has been a key factor in my improvement this year. Also the fact that I always wanted to see, don't care too much about luck and failing this role. A couple of important roles failed at some important time during the year. That happens, but that shouldn't be too much. It's maybe 1 or 2, 3 times, but not too much. Shouldn't have an influence on all your games. So definitely I'm trying to look away from that, and in most of my games this has even surprised sometimes my opponents when I just roll very poorly on some stuff and I just keep going. I don't react at all about how the dice roll. Sometimes I react a little bit when it's really, really unlucky, but almost not anymore. So this has been really something for me. Try to, don't even bother. I have no focus on the dice. Dice are dice, continue to roll them, and then you try to focus on what you want to do. And I think also something that I wanted to say is something where I can really improve. I've been watching also other people, the top players. I think what makes a huge difference between a good player and a top player is the fact to be able to, first of all, have always a very good macro. Definitely that's something that good player have, top player have. Their macro is always top notch. Definitely that's one key factor. Then second is just to be able to think about what you're going to do during the opponent's turn and to be very quick in the thought process, because then during your turn you have a lot of checks to do, and you see there is no less checks to do when you're a top player rather than a middle or good player or bad player. There's always a lot of checks to do because of the way the game is done, so it takes time. But then you cannot afford to take a lot of time to check and also to take a lot of time to think about what to do. So I think the thought process and what you want to do and follow the game plan, how you want to follow it, how you want to react, depending on what the opponent is casting, doing, depending on how you can anticipate and see what are the next steps and the possible ways. I think that's the key stuff. To be really quick about that makes you able to focus on the checks you have to do, to be very concentrate and then be quick and still be able to finish your games within the time. I think that's really something what's different from people that are good to really top player, that are really good that are really quick to just see what they have to do. It's not something it's very rare that I see a game of a top player and I say, oh, this move is really crazy, I wouldn't have thought about it. It's not really about that, because I think most of the people are able to see the combination and the overrun, how you can go, what you can do. If you click there, then you can pursue that way. All this tricky stuff, I think with the time and the games and experience, everybody can learn that. It's not too complicated. it looks fancy sometimes for people that have less experience. They see that, they say, oh, that's a crazy move, really, really good. But I think definitely what's sometimes less impressive, you won't notice it, but if you check really top players, they are often very quick about thinking, how they think, how they prepare and follow the game plan. So I think that's really key, and that's also something where I can improve. So yeah, I've been, as you can see, I'm thinking a lot about always what I can improve, what I can do, what are the plans for the year, and so on. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for following my channel all this past year. I hope you have been, you have liked the content. I have received a good amount of positive feedback, especially on the most popular events, WTC, ETC. The following has been quite huge. Have been receiving a lot of positive feedback, so really happy about that. And I see that the people like to see battle report on competitive content, because I think overall on YouTube you don't see that much of content on ETC or WTC. I didn't see that much battle report on these type of event, and I think people are really interested about that. So that's something I will try to continue to do, and I found a way to do battle report without losing too much time while I'm playing. So this is definitely not a problem for me, and I think that these are just the most interesting battle report. It's also something I'm looking for if anybody is doing a battle report on ETC or WTC or this type of game. That's definitely something that I will try to have a look at. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for your support the channel, and talk to you soon on the channel. Bye.